Navigating the ethical landscape of marriage and family therapy is both fascinating and complex. This episode complements the 3 CE Hours 2023 Marriage and Family Therapists Ethics Training course from Therapy Trainings. We'll touch on the importance of ethical guidelines in practice, discussing key issues and strategies to handle common ethical dilemmas faced by mental health professionals, counselors, and therapists. In this episode, we're going to unpack the key points from the course, share additional insights, and discuss some common misconceptions surrounding the ethics of marriage and family therapy. By the end, you'll have a clearer understanding of the legal frameworks, ethical dilemmas, and the importance of self-awareness in ethical decision-making. So grab a cup of your favorite beverage, and let's dive in. To kick things off, let's talk about the legal and regulatory frameworks that govern our practice as marriage and family therapists, or MFTs for short. It's essential to understand that as MFTs, we're not just therapists. We're also navigating a landscape filled with laws, regulations, and ethical codes. These frameworks are designed to protect both our clients and ourselves. They cover crucial topics such as confidentiality, informed consent, and professional conduct. Confidentiality is one of the cornerstones of our practice. It's not just a nice to have, it's a legal requirement. When clients come to us, they're often sharing deeply personal and sensitive information. As therapists, we have a responsibility to keep that information confidential, unless there's a clear and compelling reason not to, like the risk of harm to themselves or others. This is where informed consent comes into play. Before we begin our work with clients, we need to ensure they understand their rights, what confidentiality means, and under what circumstances we might have to break that confidentiality. Now, you might be wondering, how do we manage this in practice? Well, it starts with a solid intake process. During the intake, it's vital to explain the limits of confidentiality clearly. This isn't just a formality. It's an opportunity for you to establish trust and show your clients that you take their privacy seriously. Another important aspect of our practice is navigating ethical issues that arise in clinical settings. For instance, dual relationships and boundary violations can pose significant challenges. Dual relationships occur when a therapist has more than one type of relationship with a client, be it social, familial, or financial. These situations can create conflicts of interest and can complicate the therapeutic process. It's crucial to recognize these situations early on and take proactive steps to avoid them. Cultural competency is another vital area we explored in the course. The reality is that our clients come from diverse backgrounds, and understanding their cultural context is essential for effective therapy. This means being aware of your own biases, being open to learning about different cultures, and adapting your therapeutic approach accordingly. It's not enough to simply acknowledge diversity. We must actively integrate cultural understanding into our practice. Speaking of ethical dilemmas, let's talk about strategies for ethical decision-making. In the course, we discussed various frameworks that can help guide our decisions when we find ourselves in murky waters. One approach is to use a decision-making model that involves identifying the problem, considering the relevant laws and ethical guidelines, evaluating the options, and reflecting on the potential outcomes. It's also important to engage in self-care. As therapists, we often put our clients' needs above our own, but we can't pour from an empty cup. Taking care of our own mental and emotional health is not just a personal responsibility, it's a professional obligation. When we're at our best, we're better equipped to handle ethical dilative MMAs and support our clients effectively. Now let's look at ethical issues in the context of family therapy, which can be particularly complex. When working with multiple family members, confidentiality can become a tricky subject. Who gets to know what? How do we handle situations where one family member shares something that another family member wouldn't want to be disclosed? Establishing clear agreements about confidentiality at the outset can be a game changer. It's about setting expectations and creating a safe space for everyone involved. And what about communication and collaboration with colleagues? In our increasingly interconnected world, we often work alongside other healthcare professionals. This interprofessional collaboration can lead to fantastic outcomes for our clients, but it can also surface ethical challenges. For instance, how do we address differing ethical standards or approaches to treatment? Open communication is key. Building a rapport with colleagues and discussing ethical dilemmas as they arise can lead to better understanding and outcomes for our clients. Now, let's shift gears a bit and address some common misconceptions about ethics in marriage and family therapy. One misconception is that ethics are merely a set of rules we have to follow. While there is definitely a regulatory component, ethics are so much more. They're about making thoughtful, informed decisions that reflect our values and the best interests of our clients. Another misconception is that ethical dilemmas are always clear-cut. In reality, they often exist in shades of gray. It's not just about right or wrong. It's about weighing various factors, including cultural considerations, the context of the therapeutic relationship, and the potential impact on the individuals involved. So how do we address these misconceptions? By fostering a culture of ongoing ethical reflection. This means regularly taking time to think about our practice, seeking supervision or consultation when needed, and engaging with our peers to discuss ethical challenges. It's about creating a professional environment where ethical considerations are part of the conversation, not an afterthought. As we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect on the importance of self-awareness in ethical decision-making. Understanding our own triggers, biases, and emotional responses can significantly impact how we navigate ethical challenges. Self-awareness isn't just a buzzword, it's a vital skill that helps us remain objective and thoughtful in our practice. In conclusion, the 3 CE Hours 2023 Marriage and Family Therapists Ethics Training course offered by Therapy Trainings provides invaluable insights into the ethical landscape of our profession. By understanding the legal frameworks, recognizing ethical dilemmas, and committing to ongoing self-reflection, we can enhance our practice and better serve our clients. I encourage each of you to take the time to reflect on your own ethical practices and consider how you can grow in this area. And if you're looking for more resources or courses to deepen your understanding, be sure to visit therapytrainings.com. They offer a wealth of information that can help you become an even more effective and ethical practitioner. Thank you for joining me today. Remember, ethics isn't just about following rules, it's about embodying the values that make our profession meaningful. Until next time, take care of yourselves and your clients.